meeting for Tuesday, December 5th. If everyone would please rise while we begin with the singing of the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Go around and do a roll call vote. Benita Bate.
Here.
Bobby Brooks.
Here.
John Spencer.
Here.
Derek Combs is present. BJ Still is absent. Can I do the approval of all 3 minutes together?
If you like.
Right. Everyone was provided a copy of the minutes from our previous 3 meetings: November 8th, regular meeting; November 27th, executive session; November 27th, work session. I'll ask for a motion to approve.
I make that motion.
I'll second it.
Are there any questions? If there's no questions, I'll ask for a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. You're provided with a copy of the claims for the previous month. Ask for a motion to approve claims.
I make that motion.
I second.
Are there any questions?
I have a discussion, so it may not be appropriate this time, but you can tell me if not. Could you give us an update on the status of the depot project? I noticed there are a lot of the final claims in there. I think they're the final claims.
I'd be happy to, sure.
Sure. Is that okay, Jim?
Yeah, that's fine with me. I don't think those are the final claims.
Okay, so you can give us an update.
Yeah, so project's going well. We've got it open for a soft opening now, so that people can come in and check things out and enjoy the space. It actually looks like it's coming in under budget, so there was actually a cost reduction from that, and that'll go through the Board of Public Works tomorrow to approve that cost reduction. It was an overall cost reduction of about, if I remember correctly, 23,000, so it's pretty significant.
So they have to approve the cost reduction?
Yeah, so it's a change order, right? So any change order has to go
Okay.
through to be approved. So that's coming before since the board was the one that's managing that project, they'll authorize, do the change order, and that'll come in under. It won't be a total reduction of that because there are some expenses that we're looking at that we would like to do things a little bit better. So all the food equipment, all that stuff is ordered through the regular parks budget. It was not ordered through this allocation for the project. But before they got ready to string the lights, the decorative string lights, it was determined that they didn't want to hang those on the regular aluminum poles, decorative poles, because the cable that we use to hang those lights is rather heavy, and they were afraid it would damage the poles. So we're looking at an alternative solution to string those lights for when it has the grand opening in the spring. We do not think that it will come anywhere near $23,000, but we do want to preserve some of that money. So I do think that the overall project will come in under the anticipated.
Well, you answered my question, because I was going to say, is it really necessary to do a cost reduction yet if you're not sure about?
For that particular part of it, yes, because the lights that we'll be ordering will actually be a part of what we do on our own,
Okay.
not a part of the contract. But the contracted work, which included the concrete, the turf, and all of the other prep and the electrical wiring, all of that stuff, came in under budget.
Okay,
And we haven't seen a claim for that yet, John.
so that'll come in the
So,
next,
yeah,
maybe the
the-
next meeting, maybe the following meeting, okay.
And the claims that we've seen have been for equipment, other things that you see out there, but we haven't seen a claim from the contracted work
Gotcha,
yet.
okay.
Yes, yes.
Very good, thank you,
Okay, yep.
appreciate you.
If there's no further discussion, I'll ask for a vote to approve. All in
Aye.
favor, please say
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Is there anyone signed up for public comment?
I didn't see anyone
Doesn't
when
look
I
like.
came in.
All right, we're on to the consultant report from the Wheatley Group. Jill?
Thank you. I just, for everyone's information, I sent the consultant report out with your board meeting packet. I'll just highlight a few things from that and be happy to answer any questions about any of it. The facade program, to date, the commission has awarded a little over $166,000. We started this in 2020, I believe.
Mhm.
And right now, so that's for 13 facade projects that you've or excuse me, that's for 18 facade projects, 13 are completed. And then including 500 Pike Street, which was in your claims. So 500 Pike Street came last meeting, made their presentation, they had their work done and all their information in and closed that out this month. So, and 5 projects are still in progress. So I'll give you a little bit update on that. The Charlestown Flats, the multifamily project that would be located off of Pike Street, we talked about this for, it seems like a long time, at least 18 months. They have been awarded their IHCDA tax credits.
Excellent.
And they also were awarded their redevelopment tax credits from the IEDC. So they're in the process of getting everything together to close on both the IEDC tax credits and the IHCDA tax credits. They were hoping to do that by the end of the year. I don't know if that's possible. So, maybe spring of next year. And then we can have a better idea of when they might start something out there. The purchase of 501 Market Street. So as you recall, we entered into a purchase agreement to purchase that. We have 60 days to do our due diligence according to that purchase agreement. And I would ask, and I did not put it as an agenda item, but in order to do our due diligence, if you recall, there was, in some of the documentation that was submitted to the city, there was an underground storage tank or
Yes.
one that had been there for some time, and there was some ident paperwork. I would ask that the commission authorize me to get someone with environmental experience to look at that documentation and see if there's anything there that we need to be aware of. As far as the future use of the building, we have an idea of what we want to use it for. It's not like we're going to build, people are going to be living in that space, but just to have the commission have an idea of what they're looking at, if anything.
So, I believe we breached this topic a little bit during the workout session.
Yeah,
So, what kind of cost do you expect for that additional work?
I would say, I was gonna ask for no more than $1,500, but I think it's gonna be under $1,000.
We're doing a full phase 1.
No, at least at first, I just want someone to look at the paperwork that's been filed with IDEM and just check it to see if, there are any issues, and look at, check with IDEM to see if everything's buttoned up.
So
According to
this-
the paperwork, it looks like it is, but I'd rather have assurance that
It's
this,
kind of an old check the box form
Yeah.
that got recorded, so we kind of were able to pick it up in the title work. It doesn't look alarming, but it's old, and it's like, why not just have somebody look back and say, oh, this is what it was, it's been closed and no further action, or, because it just seems like, I guess to me, the one time that you don't just take a little peek, it'll be, oh, no,
Yeah.
this was actually something terrible, right? And
Yeah, it
I
sounds like
doubt,
money
I
well spent.
highly
Yes.
doubt that from the way it looked, but for, under $1,000 to just
Yeah,
check
yeah.
that box, that would be
I think that makes
my
sense.
recommendation also.
So if we need a motion on that, I make that motion.
All right, we have a motion, is there a second?
I second.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
thank you.
Motion passes.
And that's all I wanted to highlight from the report, some of the things we'll talk about in the agenda. But if you all have any questions, I'd be glad to try to answer those.
Thank you for the update, Jim. Moving on to our old business, we had discussed a facade improvement grant on Spring Street and Main Street, just down from the police station at our last meeting. Jill has an update on that.
So as you recall, we discussed this as part of the public works session last week. And I just wanted to, since we tabled it, to bring it back up and kind of put that to bed one way or the other. It seemed from that discussion that the facade program might not be the best vehicle to help projects like that, even though the commission, I think in the city in general, are in support of seeing those, especially those older multifamily units upgraded. That there are other ways that those properties or those property owners could come before the city council or redevelopment commission to ask for assistance rather than go through the facade improvements. They could, and just to outline what some of those are, they could certainly go to the city council and ask for tax abatement on their improvements. That's not something the commission can adopt, it's within the council's purview to adopt that. They could also come, like other developers do, to the commission and provide, development plans, and you could consider that, in moving forward and see if there's some way that the commission could help them. But I think the consensus was that the facade program just wasn't the right vehicle. I've reached out to Todd Paxton and Adam Neville and just let them know, the discussions that there wouldn't be any decision until after you decided tonight. But encourage them to do one or the other, either submit a development plan to us or maybe request tax abatement from city council.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Would you like to, if they were going to, I think the thing the commission could do is submit a letter of support to the city council if they were actually going to request tax abatement, if you supported that tax abatement. But I think that's as far as the commission could go and take any action to help them with that particular.
At this point, you don't know which way they're gonna go.
No, I don't.
Okay. I mean, I think we'd be fine, because we believe in the project, we just think this is not the right vehicle, so, I mean, in my opinion, I think we could support that. You want us to approve such a,
I think that would be just good to button it up that way. So you would approve me drafting a letter of support for the Redevelopment Commission president to sign if they were to seek tax abatement.
All right, we'll ask for a motion for Jill to draft a letter to, in support of the Redevelopment Commission for the tax abatements
to the city council,
in the
right?
city council. Ask for a motion to approve that.
Make a motion?
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We have a execution of completion certificate for the Depot Street BOT update from the Whitley Group.
So you can see the site work that continues out at Depot Street. Part of the Depot Street BOT, we approved and paid for with cash, or paying for with cash from Redevelopment Commission to relocate utilities sewer line that ran across the property in conflict with where they wanted to put their buildings. We also set aside a little bit of money to help with some site contingencies out there because the site, after doing a lot of testing and boring, wasn't necessarily suitable for the type of buildings they were going to put out there. So they have completed that. The claims and such were submitted. And so to button up or to close out that BOT, then I would ask for you to give Derek permission to sign that certificate of completion, or make a motion to sign that certificate of completion to close out that BOT.
Well, I make that motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Is there any further questions or discussion?
So I'm gonna, for those vast number of viewers who may watch this live or on demand, we haven't talked about exactly what a BOT is for a while. I know we had a little bit of workshop on it maybe a year and a half ago. Just run through, very briefly, don't want to keep us here all night, but run through what a BOT is so that they can understand what we've done here.
Okay. So what we did was use a method that is allowed in state statute called the build, operate, transfer. And we asked for requests for proposals. And we asked for requests for proposals to provide engineering, construction, and if needed, financing. In this instance, we didn't do the financing because it was being paid for with cash out of redevelopment. The city has exercised and used BOT in the past for other projects like the police station, and currently in Shadow Lake, where we did do the financing, and Redevelopment Commission and City Council approved bonds to be repaid through the TIF. So The redevelopment commission had a selection committee that looked through all those proposals that were requested. The redevelopment commission chose GM Development to do that, and it was GM Development also partnered with Dan Christiani Excavating to do the actual construction work. And then we did that work for a guaranteed maximum price. So before, I guess one of the benefits of BOT is that you have a guaranteed maximum price going into it. So after the proposals and the selection, we went through a scoping period where we said, okay, you have this many days to provide us with a guaranteed maximum price, where they would go and do a certain amount of design to where they felt comfortable that they could do the job for X amount of dollars. So in this instance, it was $650,000. And so regardless of what happened out there, if they found that they had to do more than what they thought, and it cost $700,000, the city would only pay $650,000. So that is a little bit of a risk transfer. There's no change orders per se. And so, you know, if they come out ahead, great. If they come out behind, that's on them. It's not a risk towards you. So you signed an agreement. The city council in the city of Charlestown, actually it works at the city council, approves all the BOT agreements too. So this went through redevelopment, then went through city council. And so we've been operating, and in this instance, since the contract or the payment was cash on hand, then all the claims regarding that work come through redevelopment commission and get approved. And so in your claims docket, you have that final one. But hopefully that at least gives you a very high overview of what build, operate, transfer is. It's a little different in that normally or traditionally you would use procurement method where you would hire an engineer to do plans and specifications. They would bid that out through a publicly bid, competitive sealed bid process. You hope that you would, be able to have that within budget and you didn't have any change orders, and then complete it that way. The build, operate, transfer rolls it all into one and gives you that comfort, or what I would call risk transfer, to where you have a guaranteed maximum price. If for some reason the price had come in over what the budget would be, then you don't have to do the project. You can not sign an agreement for that guaranteed maximum price, do the process over if you need to.
That was a wonderful synopsis of the operation, and I just wanted to make sure that all those people who needed a little bit of refresher on what's going on, you did a great job. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, John. Thought you were just trying to pick on me today.
No. I knew you could live up to the challenge.
My punishment for being right on time.
Thank you, Joe, for that explanation. Ask for a vote to approve the execution of the completion certificate for the Depot Street BOT. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. All right, moving on to our new business. We have Chris Jackson here and Frostbite Brown Todd to discuss the amendment to the development agreement for Shadow Lake.
You mean go first?
Sure. I just
Sorry,
put
my leg fell
Frostbound.
asleep on the sitting there.
I made him give that
I
long
put them
dissertation.
down in
Did a
case
great
there's
job. Thank
anything
you,
they wanted
Professor.
to explain as well, but
Hello, everybody. My leg fell asleep. Sorry about that. So I'm going to give a summary of where we're at construction-wise with Shadow Lake. So we've had a really, really good last 2 months. Obviously, you have to see the construction of the new office and shop, and we are actually painting inside the office. We got temporary heat in, the electric's getting turned on
Soon.
next few days.
Soon.
So we're really close to have electric in the shop and the office. We're excited about that. We're installing the equipment in the shop now. The roadway and utilities, so we are pouring the curb from Quality Court, at the end of Quality Court. We've already done the extension. We did the first extension to the property line, and then now we've curbed from there all the way to the proposed roundabout, the intersection of Christiani Parkway. And as of tomorrow, we're gonna start curbing all the way to our Dan Christiani headquarters, all the way over there. And then we've also curbed out to Highway 62, to the railroad crossing. And we're grading for asphalt tomorrow, and asphalt is starting Thursday and Friday. And then the asphalt will be all the way from the industrial park to our new office and shop, and out to 62 by the end of next week. So it's gonna be, if y'all get a chance at the end of next week to go drive out there, it's really coming together good. So, and you can also see we planted wheat and everything out there. It's really looking green and pretty. So we're really excited. We're still under a purchase and sale agreement with someone to build industrial buildings in there on approximately 70 acres. So actually they came into town from St. Louis today. I had a good meeting with them. So that's all moving forward. Water and sewer, storm sewer is all coming along. Gas line is finalizing construction right there by the middle school. They've got it all the way to our new shop. REMC with the power is just completed their first leg of the thing. So I think everything's working the way it should. The reason we're coming to you all tonight is that the way that the phasing was on the project was that we were going to construct kind of the intersection at 62 and Christian Parkway and Miami Trail first, and in conjunction with us doing the dirt work and moving the road. But due to the permit for the railroad taking a long time, and they're at the final completion now, so they came out and staked it, and everything is, and it really wasn't anybody's fault, but it was just the NDOT and CSX coordination, and then they had the meeting, got it together, and everything's working good. It was just, timing wise, it wasn't the way we originally phased it. So we originally phased when we did our pay application, scope of work. So the city's paying for a small portion of what we are spending in the scope of work. And as part of that scope of work, we only paid for a portion of our Shadow Lake Drive, which is the driveway that goes, the roadway that extends all the way to our new office. So we just went till we ran out of money on our pay application on that. So we went ahead and spent all the money to build all that roadway. And we've not built the light yet. Well, the reason is because it's permanent. So to give you an update, to date, Shadow Lake, we have spent $25,100,000 out of our pocket, and then the city has contributed $1,541,000 from redevelopment. So what our ask is we had $1.5 million allocated for the stoplight portion of the project, which was planned to happen this year. It's not going to happen until next year, and we're just asking to shift $1 million of those dollars to the Shadow Lake Drive because that phase got completed earlier. So it's really just a portion of financing, and just the way the contract works with our sale agreement. We didn't have to have that portion done, but it worked out better for us for our new construction, keeping mud and everything done to construct that road on over for our construction portion too. So just a phasing thing. There's no dollar changes. Everything's exactly the same. It's just a matter of shifting the phasing is what it is. So that's a pretty good summary.
Yes, and Chris and I have talked about it over the last week or so, and so the way, just a real short synopsis of how the development agreement worked, as Chris stated, there were certain things in the development agreement that the city said they would do completely, and then if there was money left over, it would go to Shadow Lake Drive and some of the other roadway construction. So the way since this was also funded with the BOT, the way the cost items were allocated, then some of that money, it looked like some of that money was left over, so it went to some of the other roadway construction. And so this would just move, as Chris said, $1 million out of the $1.5 million intersection line item to Shadow Lake Drive. We're in the process, Frost Ground Tide gave their first revision, and we've sent it over to Chris and his people so they could review it, of the development agreement, because just to tighten everything up, if you agree to move that, then we'll need to make some amendments to the development agreement. We've started those amendments already, just so that we can keep things moving. That will still make sure that those intersection improvements are made. Because if without those intersection improvements, the city can't do what the city hopes to do with that. Chris can't do what he hopes to do with
None of
it.
my deal happened.
And so, just to make sure that it's all papered properly, so we're in the process of that. What I'd hope that if you agree to that in theory, then the commission would give Derek the authorization to sign that after the attorneys have blessed it. Chris's people have looked at it, we've gone back and forth, and the attorneys have blessed it.
So no financial implications as far as you can tell, just a change of
No,
time?
not if we change the development agreement, then it'll shift responsibility of, we'll still have $500,000 in the intersection improvements, but then it'll shift completing that over Chris and hit to that. to
At a
the
later
top.
phase, so
Yeah.
like we had like phase 1, 2, 3. All
Right,
we did was we took the Shadow Lake Drive, moved it up, and the stoplight got moved back. So therefore, the way the financing worked, we didn't realize we were gonna complete that before we did that, so. Just the timing and phasing.
Well, I make a motion that we allow that change.
You don't have any other questions, Shadow Lake?
Thank you, Chris.
We have a motion to approve the change. Is there a second?
A second.
Is there any further discussion?
Only to say that Jill, I didn't make you go through another BOT explanation
Thank
since
you.
it was carried forward.
that one we actually did financing for, so it's a little bit different.
Okay, what, you want to talk about?
No, I don't.
There's no further discussion. I'll ask for a vote to approve the change for the development agreement to Shadow Lake.
Aye.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Jill, are we gonna go ahead and also authorize executing it? or
Yes,
we-
I like to, yeah, I think,
No, that's a whole different story. I
Huh?
don't want it to actually happen, I just want to do it in theory.
so we would need also a motion to allow Derek to sign it once it's been approved by the attorneys.
Make that motion. Give there,
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? No discussion. I'll ask for a vote to approve. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Second motion passes. That brings us to the end of our new business. If there's no further new discussion, tonight's meeting, our next scheduled meeting is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024 at 6 p.m. And I'll ask for,
I have something that I just want to thank you all for letting us work with you. You guys have been so accommodating. We've done a lot this year, and I think you'll continue to do more, but I appreciate it. I know it's taken a lot of time on the phone with you. I know Benita and Derek, I've met you, or you've come to my office to sign a number of things. I just appreciate your cooperation and your involvement. It's made my job easier.
I think the feeling's mutual, guys, don't you?
I think
thank
so.
you, Jill.
We really appreciate all the work.
That's the only reason I said that, John.
Okay, just to get that reciprocal relationship. Okay. And no, and thank you too, to the city, and all of the attorneys that have helped us in this project, and I hope that everyone has a wonderful holiday season, and just make sure that you put your shades on before you go outside and get blinded by the light. It looks great, the city looks great, really, really does, so, yeah, thank you for everything, and thank you fellow commission members, appreciate you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
I make a motion we adjourn.
There's a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Please don't forget to sign the claims document.